Have you ever felt dumb when delivering presentations? Okay, so today the teen cheerleaders will teach you how to appear smart when delivering them. Okay, so when you're public speaking, what is the first thought that comes to mind? What happens if I fail? And this question can arise a lot of answers. For example, I'll be humiliated and everyone will laugh at me. I could lose my job and my reputation will be ruined forever. Or even, I'll never be able to share my beliefs and no one will be convinced that it's worth speaking up about them. However, one of the most isolating ones is no one has ever felt the way that I am doing right now. So we are here to tell you that it's actually pretty common. Fear of public speaking is amongst the most common fears. It's among spiders and snakes. And 75% of people actually struggle with this. But why does this happen? So we as humans are very social beings and we crave for acceptance in our groups. And we dread the thought of being judged by our peers. So therefore we feel that we have a lot to lose when we are delivering presentations. However, we are here also to tell you that if you're nervous, just say so. The audience wants you to succeed because they have been you. They have been in your shoes, and if you acknowledge that you are feeling anxious or nervous, then you'll be able to relate to them. They'll be able to connect with you in another level because they have felt the way that you're feeling. And this can be delivered even in a humorous way in order to be able to relate more in a more personal level. So in this presentation, we will be presenting some of the tips that can make you look smarter in order to mitigate this fear of public speaking. And first, we'll follow up Gianfranco with start with the story.
Most people feel nervous when going on a stage. It is likely to go unnoticed, but the feeling is the same, which is why we are told to feel more comfortable, such as starting with histories of ourselves, past experiences, or passages of our life that are related to or highlight the main theme of the presentation. We usually have in store in our heads, so give us time to order the presentation and the key points in our mind, and continue a full presentation free of awkward white spaces or presentation without beginning or endings. Due to this, about 55% of presenters feel more comfortable and concentrated when telling a history according to TikTok. Citing examples, we have that Elon Musk, who has no experience as a speaker, when the day of the Falcon launch came, which could be the decisive one day for the company, he took courage to empower and encourage his employees. And his memorandum phrase, "For my part, I will never give up," and I mean never. The launch was unsuccessful, but it shows that a history can feel the confidence to infect the rest, or to infect the group. As a second example, we have that Monica Lewinsky, who has a series of scandals before speaking on TikTok, for which she was very concerned about what they would say and expressed herself with the memorandum phrase, "The energy crisis would have been solved," to express how nervous she felt. Monica told her history and took the opportunity to apologize for some of her actions. And now my partner Javier will continue. Thank you.
Okay, I'll be continuing with the presentation, and for our next tip we have used numbers and lists. As you can see here in the PPT, we have third place, 50%, 3/4. They are pretty much random in our presentation, but they can help you to land your ideas and validate them, at least for the public to see that you're more prepared. For our next tip, we have look the part, and this one is a very important one and relatively easy to manage because, for example, we have here that you can use glasses always. Real or fake glasses can make you look smarter. In this case, I have glasses as well. They are real because I wear glasses, but you can always use them. It doesn't matter if you don't have like so many of you have real glasses or fake ones. If they actually work for you, you can always use them to look the part, to look smarter in the presentation. And well, that's something that we believe. And for our next tip, we have use graphs and charts. And this is something that we already mentioned in our last presentation that we did. It's important to have some visual aids here. In this case, we have also, I'd say, random graphs that we have here. Yes, like 0%, 25%, 50. Okay, well, as the other tips that we already mentioned, having graphs will help you to make the audience believe that you've already prepared yourself and that you've done your homework, basically. Okay. I'll give the lead to my partner, Araceli.
Another way to seem smart is by creating a spark in the audience. And how can we do this? We can do this through connection, engagement, curiosity, understanding, empathy, excitement, conviction, and action. For example, if I say, "Hi guys, today we're gonna see some interesting charts about the pollution this year." And check the difference with this. "Hi class, today we're gonna see some charts about pollution. How do you feel more curious? Do you feel more curious when I talk the first time or the second time?" First time, right? Because everything is voice and attitude. This can turn information into inspiration. Also, the algorithm for trust. It comes down to what you do with your voice and your body. For example, effective presentations are 38% your voice and the 75% nonverbal communication. The 7% is the content, but the 75% is nonverbal communication. It's how you interact with the audience, how to move your hands, how do you walk around, and that kind of stuff. Also, you need to interact with the audience. You need to create a connection with them by asking questions, playing some games. For example, a lot of people in this classroom have done the Kahoot game, and that was really interesting. It was a great thing to do. Also, you can ask them to interact on social media and to leave polls. The 68% of people think interactive presentations are more memorable. And yeah, that'll be all. Thank you very much for listening to our presentation.